Hi ladybugs, and we're moving on to the next part of the tutorial. On this one I'm going to show you how to do that, and I just want to show you how far along we are. We have these to do. Now this one I'm not going to do a tutorial for this because it's just a photo mat with the paper on top, and the measurements should be 5 7/8. Yep, 5 7/8, so it fits nicely into the box by 4 1/4. Those are the measurements I used for this. So this is just a plain photo mat that also goes into here. It's filling up nicely. And then we have these. Now this one I don't think I need to do a tutorial. If you feel that I need to for this one, then you just let me know. But all it is I've just cut it out from a 12 by 12 and done my folding thing again. So you cut it out, and you score at 3 and 6, what was it? 9. 3 and 9. I'll show you quickly here. So if you're using decorative paper, well, I'm sure you are using decorative paper. Yeah, I've trimmed this one a little bit less than 12 to make it fold in nicely. And then it is, this little piece is like 3 3/4. This was like a cutout from the collection, as you can see. So you can cut it wider if you want. You can even, instead of cutting it this size, I'm just giving you options again. You can cut another booklet from cardstock and then put your paper on it. And this one is 5 7/8, no, 5 1/4. Yeah, this is 5 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that will make another pretty photo mat that'll fit nicely in here to add to. And you can see this is a little bit smaller, so you can make it 5 7/8 if you want, instead of the measurements I gave you. So these are just like I say, very quick little ones to make. It depends on the collection you're using. And then I just added a piece of lace here using my glue gun and a little flower. So yeah, if you want me to do a tutorial, an extra tutorial on this and that photo mat, then of course I will do it, no problem. But I just think it's one less that you need to do. So having spoken about those, let's put it aside. And we still have these two to go. There is a tutorial on this pocket that I've done, but I will do another one just for ease of reference. Hopefully I'll be able to do these two in one tutorial. And yeah, so that's all we have to go at the moment. So let me just put these aside because we're not going to use them. And let me just take this out because it doesn't go in this box, it goes in another one. And we can move on to this. So this I used cardstock, and I've already got my little ruffle ready, which is just cut with the pinkers and not zigzag, the running stitch on the machine. If you don't have a machine, all you need to do to make a ruffle like this is use your glue, whatever glue you normally use, your Fabri-Tac or your glue gun. I use a glue gun, and then you just ruffle it up with your fingers, you see, and then you have a ruffle there. So that's very easy to do, even if you don't have a machine. So this one has a little pocket there, and it has the card here, and a little bow. I didn't want to put magnets on this. And this one, if you remember, opens like so. So we have two little spots there, and it's a little waterfall with another pocket here and the photo mats. So let's go. Now the measurements for this, I've got stuff on my cutter. Let's just put this out of the way. Those are just the papers I'm going to be using for this. So measurements, no, because you're going to cut right across, and you can see all I've done. So all the measurements you need for the background for the cardstock is again 5 7/8. So I'm going to cut this. I've actually got 2 pieces here. I'm going to cut this 5 7/8. Excelente. And then you are going to score. Let's do it. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. We are going to score this at 3 and at 9. Okay. So score at 3 inches. Actually, I do want it the other way around. Yes, I want, because I'm going to fold these inwards. At 3 and at 9. Fold them in. And that gives you a little gate fold. Or it should. There we go. There we go. Easy again. Very, very easy. And then we are going to do this guy. So I've got my punch handy. And all we're going to do is like so. So we are going to measure. Well, we're not going to measure. Actually, we are going to do this. So we want it to come in just a little bit on the fold there. And I will still give you the measurements for this. And then we're going to do here. And we're going to add another 1/2 inch for the flap, right? So this measures where my pencil is 5 7/8. So it's going to be 6 3/8. Yes, 5 7/8. So you're going to cut this at 6 3/8. Probably should have done a little bit more. Anyway, you know what? It's fine. And then we're just going to take off the edge. And the measurement for that is also, you see, 5 7/8. Almost 7/8. It's that little one in between. Don't ask me what that one is. But seriously, just, you know, eyeball it like I did. And then you can score it at 1/2 inch. And before you fold it, you can do your border, or you can leave it plain, or you can use your rounded punch to round the corners. Or you can put a piece of lace as well. So many options. There we go. Let's just empty that because I have to do another one. And then my rubber. And that will go, can you see that? On there, and it fits perfectly. So if you want to put a, say you want to do a ribbon, a piece of lace instead, you can do that as well. Like so. And then we are going to do the top one. I can't remember if this piece was enough to do it. It was. With the remaining piece from that 12 by 12, this is just perfect. And then we are going to score 1/2 inch for the waterfall. So you do this basically from one sheet of 12 by 12. You know what I haven't been doing is counting how many sheets I've used of cardstock. And then we are going to do this. There we go. That's fine. So we will have, let me trim that there too. I mean, this couldn't be easier, guys. So that'll go like so. One on top of the other. Now for this, I'm just going to use tape. I've got it right here. It's just quick. My craft knife. And let's just cut that straight. Go. So there we go. And we can actually add those. Now, I'm not going to add this. I add it for visual effect. You know, that's what we do, especially if you're going to sell, because it just looks pretty. But there's no need to do that in the tutorial. But if you're wanting to make yours to sell, then it also gives a guideline, I suppose, of where you're going to put the photographs. But you can just as easily put a stamp and save yourself some paper on the back. There we go. So yeah, so let's bring this in, and I am going to do this one, which was a longer one. Yeah, this one. So let's take off a little bit. Where's my awl? Right here. Just make sure that's stuck down nicely. Take partial off. I might get my head in the way for this to line it up. Let's see if I can do it without putting my noggin there. We'll double check. Yes. And I think that's right. I hope it's right. I hope the edge is at the edge. There we go. And you're going to just put the next one on top. And let's line it up. And I think that is perfect, I hope. It's a bit difficult to check if it's really lined up there, but it's fine. There we go, look at that. Very quick, very easy to do. Okay, and then here I just added a pocket. And where are my papers? In fact, I'm just going to do the cover first, because I have this paper ready to do it. This amazing paper. And once again, guys, just eyeball it. So you know you want that to go there. And more or less an eighth of a border, you know. Let's cut that one. we're just looking at different ways. I don't think I like that clock face actually. Let's cut this. And I am just very lightly going to do the edges. And I have, yeah, I like that better. H. Yes, I do like that better. And where is a little pink one, or even this one? Perfect, perfecto. So whatever sentiments you have at hand, just use that. There we go. Now we may as well do the sides. Again, I just use cardstock. Could even use this, you know what, if you don't want to use cardstock. Or you can also leave it blank, guys. You don't have to put cardstock there. And then I have this piece, which if I'm not mistaken, you see that? Fits perfectly here. It's just one of the leftovers, like I have here, except it's more narrow. But I want a shiny piece there. Yeah, how about that? I'm going to use this one, which is also, I'm just going to snip off a little bit there. There we go. No, I think I need to do a little bit more, just to make it fit here. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to add that here. So use what pieces you have around you. There we go. And then again, if you have your, you can either put your cardstock like I did there, because it has to be cardstock, you know, to be acid free. Or you can also just use this to put there. See? I'm not doing it very nicely, but it's okay. You know what they say, it's okay on the night. Right. Why is this sticking out? Do I need to trim you a bit? I think I do. Otherwise you're not going to close nicely. Let's make sure. Yes. It's fine actually. Let's not get too fussy now. Okay, so we are getting there. We are getting there. And then we have a space for a photograph. Or two. And then here I used the smooth cardstock to do this. But if you don't want to do that, here's my blue pen. I don't even think you need to. What you can do, you can, so again, you can eyeball it, or maybe I should just do it. Where's this one? This is my cardstock. This is actually basil cardstock, which I'm going to turn inside out and put on here. I might as well do it for a bit of a journaling spot there, because it's easier to write on the smooth side. And then you can make yourself a pretty, I'm going to do a different one just to be different. Let's use this one. Pretty. I think it needs to come off just a tiny weeny bit there. Yeah, and of course that didn't cut nicely, so we can stick that there. If you want to leave it with this up, you can also write on that. I just find it easier myself personally to write on the smooth side. So plonk your piece down, again using bits and pieces. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not going to use blue. Where's my pink one? Right here. Or I could just, I've got a pad here to the side that I'm just tapping it on. And can do, yeah, I would like these pens to be a little bit thinner. So I'm going to have a look around. I'm just doing an X. You can do a dot if you want, or you can just leave it out completely. All the way around. And then I do have some butterflies. Well, I did have. Where are they? Here they are. So I'm going to put a butterfly that I cut out earlier, or in another tutorial rather, just from a piece, and stick it on there. And then I did use stickles on it. That diamond one, just to bring it out a little bit more. And I normally just put it on the edge of the butterfly. And I think, do you know what, that is pretty. I'm not even going to add, because you see on this one I added this flower here. I'm not even going to do that. No, I'm just going to leave it plain because it's meant for writing. And I'm not going to do the lines like I did here. I'm just going to leave it plain. I think that looks nice. So what else do we need to do on here? Oh, okay. Leftover cardstock. Let's see if this will. Again, let's cut it. And this is 2 7/8, and it is 2 3/4. So let's see if that fits nicely here. It does. And then I think it's just nice to round your edges. I'm going to use, I'm going to round the edges. Why not? On this one, the edges, as you can see, are not rounded. But who says we have to do it exactly the same? Look. There we go. And before I stick it down, again, this is optional. You don't have to do this, especially if you don't have a, a camera. And then glue it down. Again, you can just put your photographs on there. This just makes it look nice. And I think it'll look lovely to have. Let me just press the edges down. And the same thing here. Pretty. I mean, if you wanted to as well, you can put a little flower in there between the photographs, or you could cut out another butterfly and put it in there. Well, I think you would only really do that. Not really, you can still put the photographs on. You would just have to make sure you glue it in here between so that you can slide your photograph in. But yeah, you can You can also decorate this. That's I mean, that's cute. That's cute. And once the photo is in, then this will stick up more. I'm actually going to glue that down because I do like it. And right there. How about that? It's cute. And this actually comes off that because this is not cardstock. It's just glued down with prick. I mean Prit. Oh, gosh. So there you have it. And then, so let's just turn that in. There we go. Just work it. And we are going to put a pretty piece. I'm just going to use right here what I have at hand. My eye is twitching. Don't you hate it when your eye twitches? Yeah, I'm going to do it this way once again. Just eyeball it. And over there. And that is perfect for the back. So you can put a photograph there, as well as on the photo mat. Here we go. I always use my cloth, you know, to catch any glue that might come out. I just want to take that pencil mark right off there. And there. And then, let me just see what others I've used here. So pretty. So pretty. We are going to do, come here. Maybe I should use this one. Or no, you know what? I'm going to use this piece that's kind of left over, if I can, for a photo mat instead of using cardstock. So we will get there. So why don't we use this one that is hanging around. So I think this is exactly how, I mean, there's no set measurement again for that. If you want me to, I can give you the exact measurements for this triangle. So that's like 4 3/8, I would think. Let me just see it because it gives it to me here. Yeah, 4 1/4 and almost 3 1/4. But again, it's not a set measurement. All you want is a little pocket there to, let's measure here. So I'm just going to make a mark. You don't even have to do this. And then, where's my other one? This one. Let's do use my Cricut for this. My Cricut cutter. So I'm just going to, I've made that mark there and there. And I'm going to make it even a little bit deeper. If I don't like it, I can cut it again. There we go. See? You have your pocket, and this can be used for a pocket somewhere else. And I'm going to put that on there. Very thin line of glue. I like using the glue because you see how thin my line is, and then I use my finger to smoosh it so it doesn't spread inwards. Let's really get it on that point there. We don't want it coming up. Let's push it down. There we go. How about that? So there is your little corner pocket. And because this is, you know, this one was quite busy, so I didn't even You could even put, if you want, but I wouldn't, because you know what, you're bulking up your box. So we don't need to do that. And then this is the card that goes in here. And which piece can I use? Oh, I am just looking. And I will be back in a moment. Let me grab my other pieces. Oh, I haven't used this one, and I haven't used that one either. Let me put this one, I think. Yeah. And this little card, again, let's give the measurements for you. Just cut from the design paper. And the measurement on that is 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. So it's a square. So I'm just going to cut 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And of course I put this here because, you know, and then I highlighted the fairy on there. But I don't think I am going to do that, you know. Could even do this, hey. Possibilities, you know, they're just endless. Yeah, that goes that way. And I'm just going to stick that in there. I'm not even going to, I suppose, let's round the corners, shall we? I'm going to use a 7mm. There we go. So let's just do it simple like that. If you want to, you can put that there depending on your paper. And I mean, I just did this so it showed the fairy. This is like 2 3/4 by 4 7/8. Well, a little bit less than 7/8. Maybe 4 3/4. So here, look. So we're almost done here. There. Open that. That. And then, like I said, I am just going to use these. Why not? That's what I have at hand. And it's going to have to be 4 7/8 again, because you know your box is 6 by 6. It's actually less. It's 5 7/8. And then I'm just going to narrow it a little bit. I'm going to make it 4 1/4. And let's do it. I'm going to use my bigger one this time. The bigger corner punch, the 10mm. I actually should have checked it before it's a little bit, yeah, I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit. So it's 5 1/2, so I'm cutting it to 5 3/8. So pretty. There we go. And let's see if I can do this one. I reckon I can. Yeah, this is 4 1/4. And we are going to make it by 5 3/8. You can make it a little bit smaller as well if you want, around the corners. And there you have your 2 photo mats inside. If you find it gets too bulky with the photo mats, just take one out and plonk it in the box. Just want to take out, there's a pencil mark on here. Yeah. But this was quite quick, as you can see, and easy to make. So now, all we have to do, let's put this back. Let's do that. There it is. And I'm just going to do it on the one corner. I'm going to ruffle it just to, okay, let me ruffle it this side. That side doesn't want to talk to me. Okay. You can ruffle it up as much as you want, or I'm not going to make too much of a ruffle. Just enough to make it look dainty. Just a little bit. You know, when you make a ruffle, you only grab one of the threads and pull. And that's a little bit of sewing information because I'm not a big sewer. So once again, we are going to, let's get this guy out the way. We are going to glue you down. Or you can leave it plain if you don't like the ruffles. Or the shabby chic style that, you know, that this is. Let's just round that a little bit on there. There you go. Oh, I think that's enough. I'm not going to use the whole thing. A little bit more actually, just like so. And now I can cut that off. Hey, the glue keeps drying. Let me just do this bit again. And make sure you've got it right on the edge so that the ruffle doesn't or come out, you know. And you see that? I always make sure I put glue on the very edge where I'm going to cut that cotton to make sure it never comes out. And then we just need a little flower. I actually wanted a flattish one. I don't want distressed. I'm just going to put this one. Yes, that's all. I put the beads there as well. Hang on. There you go. So pretty. You don't even need to put the beads, the pearls, if you don't want to. But I do have them here. Or you can use anything actually. And put that. That's also very pretty. Let's just bring that down. And let's, ooh, big lump of glue there. There we go. There you go. Let's cut that right here. Or you can put more flowers. Anything you want. And here we go. So we are done with this. It can now go in our box, and I will see you again for the next tutorial. See you soon, guys. Ciao.